Hey guys, it's Magic the Gamer back today with another video of Minecraft. Now, in my last previous videos, I've showed you how to build farmhouses to upside down houses to working water towers to jet ski boats. In this video, we're going to try to figure out something else to build. Now, I think that we should take this water right here, if y'all guys see where the water is, where it's squared off, I think we should build a house there, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking in my life, because a lot of people like my water house deal, but the thing is about that water house one was I did something a little bit different than I was ever doing. I was using glass, and glass is a really good material, but when it comes to water, glass ain't really that good. So I think we're going to clear a location right about here. Somewhere right about here. How's there water there? We're gonna have to fix that. Hold on, we gotta fix this real quick. I think we need to do another water house, but a different type of water house maybe. I keep missing the bucket for some reason. I wonder if there's a way we can drain the water. Because I need the water at least drained for like a certain amount of time, just so I can get like the location cleared. I'm gonna refill the water so that way we can have dills. I need something I can put that will block the water out. Wait, grass? No, grass would do it, but that would take too long. I need something where I could just. There we go, sand. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. One reason why. I'll destroy it later. I just want to get this place like, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dig it, and I don't need the water bothering me while I'm digging, so that's why I'm blocking it off. If y'all guys are wondering. So I'm going to drain the old water. I will put the water back, don't worry. But I just want to get the place clean. In the last video I did of the water deal, I did it with the water in it, and it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. So this one I'm draining the water for a short amount of time, and then I'm going to place it back when I'm ready. But for now, we gotta drain the water. There we go. Water is ready, and let's drain it. This might take a lot of sponges to drain up. Wait, why is the water still there? Oh, I just realized that there's this hole right here. Let me patch this up real quick. Because I wanted to where like I can see where I'm building. I will put the water back in. I just need to drain it out for like a short amount of time so I can get like the like bottom of the land fixed. I don't think it wants to drain. I blocked it off. It just does not want to drain. I think there might be like a whole lake. It's gonna be a while if you're doing this on survival. It's gonna be like a long time to get actually the supplies to do it. I'm doing it in creative so that way I can show y'all how to do it. I normally do it in survival, but it just takes a lot longer because I'm going to get all the supplies. Come on, drain the water, drain the water. Why can't you just remove the water instead of having to worry about all these drains? This is gonna take a while, to be honest. I think we kind of got it mostly dried up. So removing some of the water that we don't need. We're gonna refill it, don't worry. We just need to get it drained so that way we know exactly like how to build it. From the ones I don't need. Dude, you can tell, like, see this water just like... There's a lot of sponges. I did a lot. I think I did too many sponges when I did this. So guys, like what we're doing is we're trying to drain the water out of this so that we can, oh crap. That way we can actually be able to use it. I don't think I needed to do that side, but I'm trying to get it to where I know where the level is of the water. Sometimes you have to do this is so that you know like where to build at. And also it helps me so I can actually build it without having to worry about the water interfering, because I can barely see in the water. Okay, that takes care of that side. Let's get this side drained up. And let's go with this side. I'll put the water back. I'm actually gonna do it a lot better. Alright, let's maintenance this. Put that there. Get rid of all the excess ones that we don't need. And there we go. There. All the water is completely out of this. Let me just finish up this. Poor fishes, I know, are gonna die. Alright, since we got the water done, there's probably a field where you can remove it, but I don't know. Hey look, we got food. That's the easiest way to get food, just drain the water. Alright, since we got that done, we are gonna take the water and actually, get it all put back later, later down the road. Getting rid of all the excess stills. Now what we're going to use is we're going to use a, I was using glass earlier, but when I used the glass, I used the thick glass, and when I did that, I didn't realize, like, how noticeable that is. So instead of actually doing glass, we're doing regular. We're just gonna put a house upside down. Not really like upside down, but we're gonna take a house and we're gonna make a deal. Now I figured since it's the ocean, we don't want to do any flashy colors, so I'm gonna test this door out, the Ward's door here, the same with these two other teal doors, and see if it matches with the water. Okay, I think the Wart store actually works. This one right here. So when that is a Wart store, you want to do these 3 blocks, because these 3 blocks are going to probably be the closest you can get. Now that one looks invisible. To be honest, I think that one and that one pretty much make it look invisible. I mean, you can use all 3 if you want. Alright, first you want to get the ground leveled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use gravel, since that's what they had. I love how the pigs are just now like, oh, we can walk on water now. You're good lucky. Alright. Since we're patching up all this, you don't want to leave. When you're building, you don't want to leave any holes on your gravel. Alright, like that, and then get rid of that one. You want to make sure it's flat like that. Now we don't need a big house in the water, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Clear this whole section right here, and level that section off. If the piggy would stop getting in my way. That's another thing about building. You have to watch out for animals, because they like to get in the way. Same with villagers. Alright, you want to clear out this whole zone. Make sure you have plenty of material and zone to actually build. We're going to get rid of all this ground right here. Right here. So that way we have plenty of spot to actually build it. And anytime you build, you want to make sure you have enough, like, how do I say it? Enough space to get your actual design built. So I think this is pretty good size build. We can get rid of more sand if we need to. Alright, so here's our base design. The creeper's gonna wish he didn't do that though. Alright, so let's get designing. Now, I'm using, this time, I'm going to use just all teal, so it's going to just look like a teal house. That's pretty much what I'm going with, the design. So in that case, you want to get, like, warts, the warts blue, or, like, the cobblestone, the teal cobblestone wall. Anything that's teal, pretty much. I think I'm going to go with the dark one on that one, because if I do the dark on that one, yeah, let's go with the dark one on that. The wax copper just doesn't look good. Alright. But I am going to brighten it up because I am going to use a white for the ground. So let's go with the ground. Let's get the... See, when I do it like that, I don't realize that when I do it like that, I end up messing myself up. You want to make sure anytime you build a building or anything, you have at least 2 blocks from the perimeter. So in other words, you want to build it like here. That way you have 2 spaces to walk on either side of your building. And it stopped there, and then you want to go here. Now here, you can go there because you can just get this off. Like that. Let's get this. And I did that one wrong. I forgot I didn't cut it. Alright, let's get this all cut out. And then place the concrete. Now I'm using quartz block. I think it's smooth quartz, I think. No, it's just block of quartz. Just to get the base in. The base is so that you know where this is where your house is going to look like. You can do it actually further if you want. As long as you have at least 2 blocks from the actual house. One reason why I tell y'all to do that every time is to make sure that we have to have enough space to walk around. Now, I'm not going to do the whole house in white because that would just look weird. So we're actually going to take the blue now. So I ain't got to figure out which one I want to do. If it's that one, or this one. I think this one just looks too bright. It's just too bright. So I might do that one first. And start with that. Alright. So, we're going to start with that block first. So, we're going to do a frame like this. Just to get the frame. Now, you don't have to do it like that, but I want to chest something, though. We're not going to do the door like that because we need the door. I'm going to do double doors, that way it has a little more texture. I get rid of the doors. But there's something I wanted to test. I saw this, the bars in here, and I was like, well, what if I put bars like that? Would the water actually seep in through the house? Like, cause I wanted to where you can actually do it, but I wanted to test that, so I'm gonna test it real quick. I'm gonna put water in there. Could you actually get the water? Okay, the water will not go. I don't think water will go through the rails. I kind of wanted to test that so that way I know, like, okay, so hey, that's okay. That's the deal. I'm not saying like, yeah, I'm actually get out of here, pig. Seriously. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the rail here and just put it at the corners. Not that type of corner, but like the corners of the buildings. You want to stack it up to that 3 block on each side. One reason why is so it adds a nice deal. Adds another like that, and then one more to the top. And then I'm gonna do this type of block. So that way it adds another color to my building like that. Then final, we're gonna cover it again with this color like that, and we're gonna finish it out to that, like that. That's kind of what it looks like right now, and then we're gonna go back with the same color that we had before on the top level, and then we're gonna crop it out like that. Now you want to make sure this house is very breathable because like you deal. Now I just realized another thing I didn't test is about the doors. I shouldn't have put doors there because unless you had a water potion, you're gonna have all the water coming in. So I need to test and make sure it's water resistant. So let's go. If I go, okay, it will actually work. Wow, that's something new. If you actually have water in the dill, it won't actually interfere with the door. Well, that is very good to know to actually find out, to be honest. Alright, so we're going to stick with that. I should probably destroy that one so that way I can put just all rails on that side. Yeah, I'd probably just do that. So we're doing it like that. Now you can add more design if you want. I'm going to add this and then add it here. Like that, and then go again, or it's like that. But instead of that and that, I will replace it with that and that. That way there's like a little rill in there. You can add pretty much any design you want. Now I'm going to do it again. Destroy that, and then replace it with that. Now since I did that, I am going to take and get some slabs. And now on this one I'm going to use the dark premium slabs, which it looks like this. Which means I'm going to replace those. Crap, every time with the slabs. Now you can understand this house will be underwater, so like you better make sure you have like water potion. If you're building that survival, so that way you can build it. Otherwise you might drown. And we don't want that. Leave it like that. Just like that. Now we're not covering the whole roof up because you got to remember you got to get in it, and you can't get in it if you're drowning. So that is where this is coming in. Here's the problem. See, I did that not realizing that the grass was like right there, so I need to like cut this back a little bit so that way we can actually be able to do it. You want to make sure you have plenty of space like this. Let's put that block there, and then let's put a block here. That way the water doesn't come, because I'm not finished with the house yet. I just put a creeper in your guys' house. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on, let me kill this guy real quick. Thank you. That was not what I wanted to do at all, was to actually have a creeper in here, but that's alright. So it might look like this, and that's just it, but we're not finished. Alright, so on your secondary level, when you're doing that, you want to make sure you got this. So Sorry, wrong thing to actually add. I need to do it. I keep forgetting. Every time I do slabs and then I end up forgetting. You want to get rid of the slabs. You just want to do it kind of like the outline of the house. You don't want to do like the roof of the house. So probably don't do what I did. You want to get it like this. Now when you're doing it like that, you want to outline it again with that, and then like that. And you want to make it look like that. Now you got to make sure it's to the ground. So what I would do is probably add like a the teal wood, which is this. Or you can add the wall, depending on how you feel. You can just add like a whole like wall like here on your house if you just want to, and just, you know, keep upgrading and upgrading and up until it's fully finished. Now this is a actual water house, so the other one is a water house with just glass. This one's just an actual water house where you can actually live inside the water. I'm gonna do just like the walls on the top like this. That way we actually be able to add the water. Yeah, kind of. You want to make sure it's like at least about like a block or two before you hit the ground, so that you can do this. You want to make sure your house is at least a little bit. See how I did it? Yeah, that right there. No, see, I messed up when I did that. Because you're gonna need all that to actually be fully covered like that. Because this is where the water is gonna be at. Because this is where the water was at before. You want to make sure it's like that. You can put torches in it, but I would not recommend putting torches in it. Probably like torches inside the house. Now when it's like this, you want to make sure you get it covered. I would probably just not do like as high as I did. Probably like a little bit lower, so that way it's not like noticeable and through the like ground. Dang it, I cut the one thing. I do that all the time. I end up cutting some part of the house that I don't want to cut. Alright, so like this. You want to cover it like this. This is where you want to go crazy, and you want to make sure the roof is all covered. But you want to make sure you have a little bit of design on your house. Like, so I normally do like an L on my house. I make sure it's a little bit higher. But I cut this corners out, so that way it adds texture and design to your house. You don't have to do any of the designs I do. You can do your own design. That's the whole point of having fun with it. And let's finish it out. Get that cut. There we go, like that. Now I'm going to keep doing it until it's fully finished. Until there's at least one hole left. You want to make sure that you have a middle hole. When you're doing this, you want to make sure you have a middle hole. One reason why I say that is because you got to get inside the building and you need to at least have some type of hole to where you can come down. Now, when it's like this, I'd probably like recommend, I think you can actually put torches in it without actually giving your position away, to be honest. I think, let me try something. I'm going to put some torches in here and see. You can open the door, but I would not recommend it because you might actually drown. I don't know actually if you can actually do that with the water, to be honest. I don't know how well this house is actually going to hold up. I haven't tested this under it though. But you can have another level if you want. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, and this would be the 4th level, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be probably right about here. You can add just like a roof. Now you got to make sure it matches up with that roof so that you're not like cutting your exit out. So I'm going to add a secondary level to my house. I think it's that hole, so that means that these two can be blocked off. Yeah. I want to make sure my house actually has light in it, but I also want to make sure it doesn't like get noticed by the people. So I'm going to put like one there, and one there, and one there, and then one there. And this is where you can add your bed and stuff like that. You can add, I'm going to go with the teal bed if I'm going with a bed. I'm going to go with the Sison bread because it looks about the same color. You can put one down there, or you can put your living experience down here if you prefer. Either way, you want to make sure it's not as noticeable. Now, it's going to be bright, so they probably can't see you, which was kind of not the way I was actually planning on it. I'm going to add that and then fully patch those up on the corners. That way, that actually can get that design. Some reason there's a zombie here. Well, let's get rid of that. We don't need that on our. We don't need that on the roof. I'm gonna use the iron bars on there, or copper bars, whichever one you prefer. I'm gonna get the design like that. Now what I'm gonna do next is gonna be crazy. So I am going to take, not that, put the slabs like that, and I'm gonna add a bar like this. Actually, I don't think I should, because that just doesn't look right. Yeah, maybe not. But I do like the actual design that actually is. Dang, why do I think of a design, and then when I do it, it's like not what I'm actually trying to do. It just doesn't look right. Alright, there we go. You want to do it like that. You want to make sure your house just has a little bit of character, a little bit of design. And that's what we did. Alright, now this, you can add a secondary level. You don't actually have to build it like that. You can actually take this level here and actually, like, make it an actual place. Like, you can take that. Get out of my home. Why is there so many mobs in the water? Stay on that side. Idiot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it to where you have an actual porch, but you can actually breathe underwater so you can actually see. Now in order to do that, I'm going to have to use glass to actually be able to actually see underwater. So I'm going to add a white clear glass. I'm just doing all clear on this side. Get rid of the dirt. We don't need the dirt bothering us right now. A lot of times when you're building, your dirt kind of gets in the way like that. Now on this, I'm gonna add a door. So let me get rid of these glass for a sec. So on this, I'm gonna add a door. So that means I'm gonna have to use wood. It won't work on wall for some stupid reason, so I'm using the actual that. Now this one I'm gonna use the actual wax door instead. So there's a different color design, different type of deal. I'm doing all blue if you're wondering. Because you gotta think this is gonna be all underwater. It's not gonna have any like actual like design or anything. So it's all gonna be on water. So you gotta make sure you can actually breathe in it. Stop trying to get him. Oh my gosh, he just got in my house. I hate these mobs so much, to be honest. I wish creepers would die from water, but they don't. Okay, like that. And let's get the finished design on that. Shows how to upgrade those on that corner like that. Get rid of more grass around it so that it's not like blending in with the actual house roof. And there. Now there's actually like a place here. I'm gonna get rid of that creeper real quick. Hang on, just give me a sec. How are you in here, Enderman? Get out of here. Yeah, get out of here. Oh, the Enderman's gonna hate your house. Like, once we get the water back in the actual deal, he's gonna hate it because they don't like water. So this is kind of what we designed. This is our house. It's not a bad design, but this is our water house. We wanted to make it with the till because we don't want to make it as noticeable. Now it's time to get rid of the sand barrier and put the water back in the house. Let's go. This is where the fun part is, because like now since I did that, I gotta go and actually destroy each piece of block and stuff. Like this. You might have to help it out by actual leveling it off. You might have to do this. Just to get it leveled. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Now I'm gonna actually have to do that on like all of this. I'm gonna have to do it like constantly, so it might take a little while for you to do it. But let's get this level. So you want to make sure your roof is still, but we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna actually. Oh yeah, I forgot this side. We need to destroy this side too. Let's get this side done. When I did the deal and I was like, oh crap. Yeah, let me get this finished. I want to make sure the whole house is like underwater. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of monsters, so hang on. We're gonna get it finished. Just. Let's see if I can. Let's see if it will work for me. It's gonna be a lot of work to put the water back, to be honest, to make it actual the way it was, but. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to do this, but. Come on, let's do this, come on. A lot of times you might have to actually like build it on your water. So that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna help it out, I'm gonna build it on my actual house. Sometimes you have to do that, you have to put like a block in it or something like that just to actually start it off. Sometimes it doesn't register, like it won't cover like the whole thing. So sometimes you have to do it like this just to get it started. Which is actually pretty fine, but it does take a little while if you're doing this. Dang it, I did that one too high. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish this out. Yep, there we go. There we go. There it goes. Sometimes it registers, sometimes it doesn't. Like this one right here is not registering. Once you get the water fully packed, it'll actually look better. Like watch. It's gonna take a lot of work to actually get this water back the way it does, so I would probably, if you're building this house, I'd probably do it in creative. Yeah, you want to make sure it just goes all the way. See, you don't want to go on like that, because if it does that way, yeah, it's not good. See, I don't know why, but it's apparently doing that way. You want to make sure this water here. What the heck did I do? I opened the dill. That's not what I wanted to do, though. I want to make sure that this roof here actually has like the water source to go in. So let's get this all patched up. Cover this with water and let's get this finished. Alright, we're gonna get the water done first before we actually start. So we're gonna start with that, like that, and get this start. We want to make sure the water is level. See how, look how beautiful that is. It's actually getting the way I want it. Yeah, a lot of times you want to have it to where it will actually like stay. This hole needs to be done. Sometimes you'll have these holes that don't want to actually do it. Sometimes you actually have to go down there and actually make sure you patch them up your way. But as you get the water done, it actually will look nice. See how the water's going around the dill? Yeah, a lot of times, see, you can actually be able to swim, and then if you need to catch your breath, you can just go like over to your house. I wonder if you can actually, hold up, I want to check something. Oh look, fish actually come to your door. That's actually pretty cool. Actually, to be honest, I think we should patch that up. No, not like that, but like that. That way you don't actually have to be worried about water. Ah, crap. Maybe with the rails here. Yeah. That way if you want to go out there, you can. But if you don't want to do it or don't trust it. There. You can do that. Wow, watching a fish fly around. Okay, so this is your house. You got pretty enough room. You got plenty of dills here. And if you want to go down, you can make it the way it goes like that. And I would probably, if you're doing that, I would probably put like something over here to where it's not like actual getting your whole water, like source, actual wet. So I'd probably do it like that. So that means I would have to patch up, yeah, I'd have to patch up one of those doors. I just realized that. When I did that dill design, I have to patch up one of these doors. Which is alright, because like, I don't think you need 2 doors. So you can do it like that and have like a lantern out here if you want. I didn't realize about that. That was my fault. Probably, I always learn from my mistakes. So I'm gonna put a torch there, so that way you can actually see outside. Also, like you can put your house here. One reason why I did it like that is so that if you want to go up, you go to your 2nd floor, and if you want to go to your last door, you can swim up. You really can't tell that that's there. I need to fetch this up real quick, so let's get this hole done. I'm trying to make sure the water is calm, but it's not doing that because it's all unbalanced if you noticed. But don't worry, the actual water won't actually get in your house. See, I need to finish this up. Let's get this water patched up. Yeah, let's get that all done. Sometimes it might take you a little while. Sometimes it might, especially if you're doing it in survival. That's why I would probably recommend doing water houses or sky houses and deals. Oh, speaking of sky houses, we are actually going to do a sky house and teach you how to build a sky house. To be honest, that is going to be the most funnest deal ever. See, all the water's uneven now. I just messed it up, but that's alright. I'm going to make that skeleton drown. Patch that up, and then do this last hole here. And the last hole here. Like that, and then let's get another hole. There's another hole over here, so let's get that. It is all like uneven for some reason. It just doesn't want to like fix itself, so we might have like different currents going different ways. But that's alright. Your house is fully complete. It's fully under merge. Let's get rid of all our stuff real quick and show you what we got. Get rid of all this. Then go back, get this stuff so that we can get rid of it. And this is how your house is. So let's say you're running away from mobs or whatever. Why is there a zombie at the underground house? You can run, swim here, and then swim, dive. Right out here, and there's your house. Boom. You got a beautiful view. You can actually build whatever you want here. These are slabs, I think, so you might have to try to find something else or put a slab there. I don't know. If you want to go further down, you can jump right into the hill and then get out. You can also fish in your house, which is so amazing. You got your front. You can go out in the front, but I would not recommend it because like it's pretty much fully water. I mean, if you go, you'll probably go like right on this side. But anyways, guys, that is how you build a another underwater house, actually, to be honest. So I hope that guys helps you. If it does, don't hesitate to contact in the comments. If you want me to build something else, just write that in the comments. Just give me an idea. I always use ideas, and I can probably teach you how to build it. But this is my other one that I do for underwater house. It's more secretive than the other one. I hope you guys like it. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Shout out to the new subscribers, by the way. Thank you guys so much. This is Magic Gamer signing off. Adios.